Cody White from Kingsport Outdoors, coming at you to talk a little bit about turkey hunting. There's a lot of ways to turkey hunting. Some people say turkey hunting is one of the hardest sports animals you can hunt out there, which I agree, but at the same time, if you got the right tools, tactics, it can be pretty simple, and it's probably one of my favorite things to hunt. One of the main parts about turkey hunting is calling. Everything's about calling. You gotta get out there. If you just sit out there, they're not like deer. They're not just gonna come walking through. Is it a possibility they will? Yes, they will. But it takes half the fun away if you just sit there. There's many types of calls. There's actual turkey calls, and there's locator calls. For example, these are slate calls. You can get these pretty much anywhere. Get these from Walmart, online. These are customs. Custom slate calls. The better you get. These probably aren't the best things to start out with. They do take a little touchy. They are a little practice. You got to get with them, but they work nice. The slate calls. There's all different kinds of strikers that you use with slate calls. There's carbon strikers, wooden strikers, my favorite, metal strikers, and last but not least, plastic strikers. I prefer wood and plastic. Slate calls are probably one of my favorite kind of calls. They sound good, they're easy to use, but you got to be careful. If they do get wet, they're pretty much practically useless. Best beginner's calls right here, if you ask me. This is a Quaker Boy Easy Yelper. It's simple to use, only takes one finger, easy to use. There's mounts that you can put this on your gun, so when you have the gun like this, you can just... These are probably $10, get them anywhere at QuakerBoy.com. Super simple to use. And last but not least, box calls. Box calls are excellent calls. They're loud, they sound good, they're easy to use. Another great call for starters. This is a Cody Dropping Dead series. You can get these calls price range from a $10 call to a $100 call. You don't need to go out and buy the most expensive thing, but I love this call. It's what I called my bird in with this year, last year. Works good, it's loud, it sounds good. There's also tons of different other kind of calls. You got the purrs, mouth calls. I'm still getting still practicing with that one, but what else I got here? Oh, here's a big tip. If you're going out in the turkey woods, always, if you have a slate call, a box call, any of these calls, a lot of calls need chalk, bring a little thing of chalk with you. It'll save your butt in the woods. Just chalk it up a little. If it sounded funny, it'll get right back on. For slate calls, bring a little thing of fine, very fine sandpaper. Get it on the thing. These calls, I won most of these calls in turkey calling competition. Slate calls are super easy. They're not that hard once you get the hang of them. You striker and you see, all I'm doing is making a circle formation, just twisting. Mainly, you gotta know what to use, what kind of sound. Most famous sound in the turkey woods is a yelp. The yelp is just a simple... Pretty sure that sound calls in more birds every year than any other sound. Any turkey call, actual turkey call that you buy makes that sound pretty much. It's the most famous sound I think there is, and everybody uses it. Then there's a ton of different other calls you can learn, and that'll make your hunt just as better. Cutting is just yelping, and then clucking, just... That's a great call combining the two that'll get the bird to gobble. There's fly down cackle, which is pretty much just fast yelping, and it's supposed to indicate a bird flying down from the roost. Sometimes they'll get the bird to come down. There's also purring. Purring is, that bird's stuck up 50 yards away, like that happens almost to everybody every single year. Just give them a couple little purrs. If you've ever actually seen a bird during deer season or turkey, a hen is constantly making noises, like purring, putting around, making these little tiny noises. There's tons of other sounds you can make, but I think them are really the ones. Tips to turkey hunting is, I believe, it's like talking to somebody. If you're talking to them and you say, hey, how you doing? And they say, oh, hey, how you doing? And you start having a conversation. Same with turkeys. If you call to it, gobbles right away. All right, you call again, gobbles right away. You keep talking to it and let alone. If you hit it, talk to the person, and they go, hi, how you doing? You say, good, how about you? And they say, not bad, and they turn away and look the other direction and stop talking. Same with turkeys. If there's turkey, you call and it stops, doesn't gobble, just give them a little time. That means probably it's an older and more mature bird. This, I say, if you want to be a good turkey hunter, every turkey hunter should get one of these. Turkey vests. This is about a $40 turkey vest, and it was probably one of the best investments I ever made. Turkey, you put all your calls and stuff right here. Put your bird, built-in seat, shell holders, everything. It is literally the greatest thing ever for a good turkey hunter. And that's another thing with turkey hunting. You can't just go out there. You can, and you might get a bird with just this call. I know from experience of this year and all the other birds we've called in, I might be sitting there using my slate call. Nothing. Just not even a peep. Or I'll pick up my box call. Go. Every bird in the wood gobbles. Every bird's different. They like different sounds. I don't really like to call when it's dark out. And I don't think you should call when it's dark out, because sitting on the ground, if you keep calling, then they think the hen's going to come to them. You give a couple little purrs once he gobbles, then that's good. Usually all you got to wait to hear is the first bird gobble in the morning, and that's usually the bird that you're going to be calling. Usually. And just because there's one bird gobbling doesn't mean there's other birds in the area. For example, this year, I had the bird gobbling on roost. He flew down, was gobbling like crazy. All of a sudden I hear more birds gobbling behind me. All of a sudden I hear another bird gobbling behind me, and it happened to be that one more mature bird comes in thinking someone else is getting the hen. He come running in, and we got him this year. Then there's a whole nother scene. Locator calls. There are so many different kinds of locator calls you can use. It's not even funny. Do they work? Yes, they're excellent calls. Early morning, if you don't want to go out there to attract other hunters, use a nice locator call. I think one of the most famous locator calls are probably the owl hoot. Good call. Good call. This always seems like to get the birds riled up. It's just, they're so full of energy. When they hear a sound like that, it clicks them right in for some reason. It just gets them to, we like to call it shock gobble. Plus, there's all different kind of calls. This is another crow call, I think, is one of the ones we get a lot. You can also use, this is a big call now, I hear a ton of people getting success with it, is a coyote howl. Go out there with a rabbit squealer or something. Just go out there with a locator coyote call. Nice long howl. It's just so high pitched that the birds can't resist to gobble to it. You can also use duck calls, goose calls. This is another type of owl hooter. This is $2 call. you can get good calls. The price range goes from $2 to $100. You don't need to go out there and buy the best calls. It's another call. This is a gobble. This is just a simple gobble call. It works. Birds like to hear other birds gobble. You don't want to do that too much because that'll attract other birds. But hands down, the best locator call you can use in the morning is the woods around you. Every morning it seems like you're going to hear a bird gobble if he's on roost to tell the hens that he's around there. All like crows in the area. I know woodpeckers, I've heard them. Geese in the distance have made them go off. I've even heard a car door slamming. People had car doors slammed and the turkey goes off. It's just that one sound that makes them sound off. And biggest thing at turkey hunting too is camouflage. You can't go out there like you would deer hunting with an orange vest on and expect to have a bird come in. May happen, yes, it's probably safer too, but camouflage, 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 camouflage everything. Turkey's eyesight is so keen it's not even funny. They see any kind of skin, reflection of your gun or your watch or phone, anything like that. Get turkey vest for the big time turkey hunters, anything. Get a nice pair of camo pants. You don't want to get stuff too thick because it's usually pretty warm come New York area. It's pretty warm in May. Nice pair of camo pants, mossy oak pants. This is for your neck. Slip this off. That goes around your neck like that, covers everything up. The turkey, you have to wear all camouflage because their eyesight's just so good. Mossy oak gloves. Always get your gloves out. Big thing too, face masks. These things work amazing. They're always nice to have too, even if you're predator hunting or anything. Face mask covers your face up, everything like that you would need. And Kingstar Outdoors, a lot of us use is face paint. That bird may come in so fast, or you may look one way, there's nothing there. Look the other at your partner behind you, and that bird could be right there in a split second. Face paint, your face will already be covered up. This is probably $5. This has lasted us all year. I use face paint for everything. Got all your basic colors, brown, gray, green, and black. Just cover up your face, everything. I sometimes go a little overdue on it, but it always works for us. And big parts of turkey hunting. What are you gonna shoot it with? They make turkey hunting guns, but you don't have to go out there and buy the $500 Mossbergs or anything. You can practically get. This is a Remington 870 Express bird barrel variable choke. This choke is $20 to buy. I love it. You can stretch out, get birds from a really good distance with it. You have to be a good shot up close because your pattern's going to be so small, but this is a super full choke. If you look, it extends out of the gun a little longer. Remington super full choke. This is an excellent turkey gun. I mean, I know people that killed more birds with this than anything. In this gun, you can simple switch of this, go pheasant hunting, rabbit hunting, it's just a barrel, deer hunting. I mean, it's a variable gun. It's a meat and potatoes gun. You can hunt anything with it. And biggest thing that people use, what kind of shells do they use? There are so many different kind of shells on the market. You can go from a price of $50 a box to $10 a box. These are simple, about $15, $20 a box. These are Remington Turkey Nitros. Greatest shell. I'm pretty much almost everybody on Kingstar Outdoors uses these shells for turkey hunting. They got a 12 gauge. 3-inch, you can get 3.5 if your gun fits it. I would get a 3.5 if your gun can fit it. Pretty much, we all kill birds with it. It's a great shell. I know people have a lot of success with heavy shot too, but you're also going to be paying $40 for 10 loads when you can get a box of almost 10 of these for $15, and they work just as good, if not better. Well, that's about all I have to say for today. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out on Facebook. Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube, and check out our website at www.kingstartoutdoors.com. Thanks.